Shreya, you can check your audio and video quality.
Good morning, sir. Yes, sir.
Morning.
Sir, am I visible?
Yes.
Audio also clear?
Yeah, it's also clear.
Thank you, sir.
If ഒരു ശ്രേയ 1 minute ഒരു കാര്യം ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ ഈ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് അയച്ചാൽ അത് ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് ഇടാൻ പറ്റുമോ? നെറ്റ് ഉണ്ടോ? സ്പീഡ് ഉണ്ടോ?
എന്തു സർ?
ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ ഈ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് അയച്ചാൽ ഇതിടാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ബാക്കിൽ ഇടാൻ പറ്റുമോ ശ്രേയക്ക്?
ഇതോ? എങ്ങനെ ഇടുന്ന സർ? എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടെ എങ്ങനെ ഇടുന്നേന്ന്. അതായത്
നമ്മുടെ മോളിലെ എവിടെയാണ് ഓഡിയോ ആൻഡ് വീഡിയോ ചേഞ്ച് വിർച്വൽ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് മോളിൽ വെബ്എക്സിന്റെ ചേഞ്ച് ഓഡിയോ ആൻഡ് വീഡിയോയിൽ ചേഞ്ച് വിർച്വൽ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് കണ്ടോ?
മോളിലോ?
വെബ്എക്സിന്റെ മോളില്
എവിടെയാ സർ? ആ 3 ഓപ്ഷൻ ഉള്ളിടത്താണോ?
അല്ല, മോളില് ഫയൽ, എഡിറ്റ്, ഷെയർ, വ്യൂ, ഓഡിയോ ആൻഡ് വീഡിയോ അങ്ങനെ.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of FISAT Business School, it's a great honor to welcome Mr. M.V. George, Managing Director, Tejo Engineering Limited, Chennai. We welcome you, sir, to the corporate interaction event, Discourse on Striking a Balance in New Normal. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, we shall start the program by 11 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You can hear me now, no?
Yes, sir.
Both video and audio is okay.
Yes, sir.
In case any disturbance during the session on audio or video, just alert me. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, we shall commence the program within 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Good morning, all. Sir, shall we start the session?
Yeah, I am ready.
Okay, I hope I am audible and visible as well.
Yes.
Respected Chief Guest of the day, Mr. V.A. George, Professor Dr. A.J. Joshua, Director in charge of FBS, faculty members, and my dear friends, a very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the second corporate interaction event of this academic year with the theme Discourse on Striking a Balance in New Normal. Today, the definition of a good management school is largely dependent on its ability to offer industry interface to its students that helps in enhancing the practical knowledge and make sure students are ready for the corporate world. At FISAT Business School, students get a lot of opportunities to understand the real-time challenges in the organizations. FISAT Business School is established and managed by Federal Bank Officers Association Educational Society as a not-for-profit social initiative. FBS is under the aegis of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University. Established in the year 2006, FBS has more than 2,000 alumni who are well placed in industry. Corporate Interaction Series, organized by the Placement Cell of FISAT Business School, is an excellent platform which provides regular training and interaction sessions with corporate heads to support students to undergo experiential and practical learning of business theories. Students also benefit from intensive mentoring by committed and enthusiastic industry professionals. We are extremely happy to have Mr. V.A. George, Managing Director, Tejo Engineering Limited, Chennai, as the keynote speaker for the day. Sir, we are grateful that you accepted our invitation to be here with us. With your rich experience in industry and academia, we are sure that this session will help us in enhancing our practical knowledge and make ourselves ready to face the challenges in the corporate world. Sir, we are happy that you suggested a unique design for this session to make it completely interactive, wherein we can raise our queries and doubts. As young management aspirants, most of us have a lot of concerns, and we feel that your session is going to help us a lot in settling those. To start with, let me invite Professor Dr. A.J. Joshua, Director in charge of FISAT Business School, to deliver the welcome speech. Sir, if you may please.
Respected guest speaker, V.A. George, sir, Managing Director, Keynote Engineering Limited, who is a great professional as well as a great teacher. Respected faculty members and dear MBA students. It is indeed rare to find someone who is a great practitioner and at the same time who is also a great teacher in the domain of management. There are great practitioners. There are great teachers. So MBA students will be greatly enriched by what you're going to impart us. And also, P.A. George sir has been associated with great prominent B schools in the country and all over the world. And today, we are also lucky to have him associated with us. I am very much happy to welcome you, sir, to amongst us. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I welcome all my fellow faculty members, including Dr. Dhani Alex, who took the initiative to invite who took the initiative to invite B.A. Joe, sir. And also, I thank the batch coordinators, Bijit Nair and Prashant Pijon, as well as our placement coordinator, Praveen sir, as well as our student activity coordinator, Selma Miss. Lastly, I welcome all of the other fellow faculty members to this August audience. Lastly, but not leastly, I welcome all you students to this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now let me introduce the keynote speaker of the day, Mr. V.A. George, Managing Director, Tejo Engineering Limited, Chennai. A certified director in corporate governance by INSEAD, Paris, Mr. V.A. George has more than 4 decades experience in the corporate world, both public and private sectors. He was a past chairman of Equipment Leasing Association of India and was also a member of the advisory committee of Reserve Bank of India. Alumni of IMD Lausanne and INSEAD France, Mr. George has participated in the management programs of business schools of Harvard, Stanford, and Columbia. He serves as an adjunct faculty in the premier business schools like XLRI Jamshedpur, Sabre Institute of Management Mumbai, Loyola Institute of Business Administration Chennai, Rajgiri Center for Business Studies Kochi, and Reserve Bank Staff College. Mr. George is a member of the governing boards of the educational institutions which include Stella Maris Chennai, Loyola Institute of Business Administration Chennai, Rajgiri Center for Business Studies Kochi. Sir, we are proud to have you with us for this session and we welcome you to deliver the keynote speech.
Thank you, Shreya, for the wonderful introduction. I am very happy to address the students of FISAT Business School. Main reason being, Danya has been a past colleague. We worked together many years in Rajagiri. And I also understand some of my students in Rajagiri are the faculty members in your B school. Now, instead of talking one way, I thought it's better we interact. You have many questions, doubts, concerns, anxiety, uncertainty, all this. So let's have an open dialogue so that your future path will be clear. That's the intention. So anyone can ask any questions and I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. Can you hear me, Shreya?
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yeah, okay.
So let's start the introduction section. So I call upon Sanjay to please go forward with the...
Okay, now invite Susanna George to ask her query.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Sir, my great concern is how would this pandemic affect our job prospects?
Okay.
When we passed in 2022. Yes, sir.
My answer is you are looking only from job prospects. This pandemic is going to be a game changer for humanity. Irrespective of you are a student, you are an executive, you are a mother, you are a teacher, every aspect of life is going to be touched by this and it is going to change the rules of the game. So what we need is, we cannot think of job prospects in isolation. We have to look at the environment. We have to see what are the changes that are going to happen in various sectors, and then you should think about the job prospect. Because before pandemic and after pandemic, situation is totally different. Jobs which were extremely attractive before pandemic, today nobody want to touch. Just an example, you all know people wanted to be doctors, and especially those who are not getting very high marks would have gone to private institutions paying huge amount of capitation fee just to become a doctor. Today, when I interact with people, they are saying job of a doctor or medical care is not that attractive because the job demands lot of sacrifices. It needs huge challenges. So people who have been just after glory and wealth in the medical field are shying away from it. Look at aviation sector. People wanted to be in the aviation sector, airline jobs, pilots. All that today is least preferred. So we cannot look at job prospects in isolation. We have to look at the world after this pandemic, and in that situation, what are the opportunities? It also brings in new opportunities for us, just like it is bringing in a lot of challenges to face the current situation. Okay, it is going to impact you.
Okay, sir.
Immediately, I can very clearly tell the new jobs will be much more difficult. Salary levels will come down because existing people itself, some of them are likely to lose jobs. It again depends on the corporate leadership. For example, there are companies which address pandemic. See, your jobs depend on corporates, how they behave. There are organizations which have taken two strategies. I think being management student, you should know. One is an extreme defense strategy. They are scared, like many individuals. So what they have done is they said, let us preserve cash, let us stop all expansion, let us close down branches, and we will start resuming operation once the pandemic is over. That is an extremely defensive position. And the other one is an extremely offensive position. This is a golden opportunity. Valuations are low. Let's acquire our competitors. Let us expand globally and spend money, and there are people to invest. So this is an extreme offensive strategy. And all others are in between this range. Interestingly, IMD, Lausanne has done a study on the behavior of corporates. What they did is, last 300 years, how did corporate faces crisis like this one? Of course, COVID is a different one. This is the first time we are facing such a crisis, but there were pandemics earlier across the globe, financial meltdown. So they studied this, and the results are very interesting. What they found is 17% of the corporates could not withstand the crisis. They were all closed down. They had to close down their shops, so they wound up. Among the remaining, 11% grew even during pandemic, and the remaining took almost 3 years to come back to the original level, pre-crisis level. Then they studied what is the difference, and what they found is that people who took extreme defensive strategy and extreme offensive strategy could not perform well. They were just lingering. But the ones who have really outperformed the rest are those ones who had a hybrid strategy. That is, reduce cost, not by cutting employment, but by reducing salaries. All the employees together decide, okay, we will take 75%, 60% salary, we will renegotiate rent, we will avoid all wasteful expenditure. So they improved the efficiency of operation. They also looked at product development, innovation, new market studies, so that the moment the crisis was over, they were able to expand. So this hybrid strategy is one which should be pursued. But unfortunately, quite a few organizations are becoming panic, like we individuals. Organizations are led by human beings. So they are cutting jobs, they are cutting salaries, are not paid on time. I feel what you have to understand is how the corporate leadership will behave. Unfortunately, our leaderships are today not very great, except few organizations, political leadership or corporate leadership. So crisis is going to be there. what I would like to ask Susan is, your name is Susan George, correct? Pardon?
Susanna.
Susanna, I want to ask you, did you ever think that you will be in FISAT Business School when you were in school days?
No, sir, not definitely.
Okay. What was your dream during the 6th, 7th standard? In that age?
Sir, I wanted to become a lawyer, so I've done law also.
Okay.
And I'm doing MBA to become a legal counsel in a corporate firm. Yes.
Okay. So for me, what I would say specifically for you, because I am addressing all of you together, there should be takeaway from every answer to all in the group. So for you personally, I will say, you have nothing to worry. You want to be a lawyer. Legal profession is going to continue strongly. So MBA should give you some management aspects. But I would suggest you should be prepared to practice law, not only to become a lawyer in the corporate world. I would recommend finish MBA very well with peace of mind and confidence. Then start practicing. Have 2-3 years of practice experience, then you decide whether you want to move to corporate. Even if you want to move corporate, that practice experience will really add to your value for the corporate firm and also for your career. Sometimes after 2 years of practice, you will say, no, practicing is far better than a job. I may continue practice. So be open. We will change course as we go along. Okay?
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you.
So hope I have answered you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Anika Babu to please ask your query.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Anita.
Yes. My question is, given the predicted contraction of Indian GDP by 10% and the COVID crisis, what will be the opportunities for someone graduating with an MBA degree in 2023?
Okay. So I am as ignorant or more ignorant as you are in this to give this answer, because GDP 10% going down is not an issue. I will look at it in two ways. GDP goes down, which means unemployment will increase, production is lesser. But then that also has a positive side, that because GDP has gone down by 10%, there may be concrete action across all stakeholders to increase the GDP, which will give more job opportunities. Okay, so it's everything has got an upside and downside. So we should be ready for facing the challenges. It's very uncertain. Uncertainty is the only certainty in this situation. So you cannot plan. You have to be very flexible and agile. And we should be alert. We should look at opportunities and we should change course. We should not have any fixed thing in life, like I will only be doing job in a company. No, you may become an entrepreneur. You may have a job somebody would like to have only in FMCG. All those you say goodbye. I will do anything where I find satisfaction. I may not get very high salary, but I may get something else. Learning experience makes you go more better. So we cannot predict and then move forward. In general, the whole humanity has to face crisis. Just imagine how lucky you are compared to your seniors who passed out 2 or 3 years earlier, got a very good job in an airline, and today they are asked to go. Are you in a better position or are they in a better position? Who? Please tell me. Your senior or you?
We are in the better position, sir.
So think of others. The only thing I will tell you, think of others. You will see we are much more lucky. We have a home, we have parents, you are secured. So even if you don't get job, what will happen? World will not end if you don't get a job tomorrow. Nothing will happen to you. Let me tell you what happened to me as an youngster. So I was doing my engineering in Trivandrum Engineering College long time back, and used to be a good student. So I was in the third year, and then during study leave, we were all in the hostel, and suddenly, due to some water problem, few of us got pneumonia 2-3 weeks before our annual exam. It's an extremely competitive world. Then we had hardly 3 engineering colleges. If you get admission into Trivandrum Engineering College, your name will come in the front page of Manorama and DBA. That much prestige was associated. So we brilliant students all. So the moment I was hospitalized, I was worried about not about my disease, but my concern was if I am unable to prepare and write the exam well, what will happen? So the professor of Trivandrum Medical College was telling, "Why are you so anxious? Get relax, you will be all right." I said, "No, my concern is this." Then he told me, I will never forget. I would have been 18 or something, and he's told, "Mr. George, nothing is going to happen to this world by you passing 1 year later. Okay? And nothing is going to happen to you by passing engineering 1 year later. We all think 1 week is very more important in our life, so we have to pass at the first attempt. We should be ready for job at the first attempt. These are all illusions. So if you don't get a job, use that time productively to become a more competent, better human being. Do some service to the community so the world will become better. We have to change our outlook. And I would like all FISAT students to look at things much more calmly, boldly, and also change gears. Not only our job, our money, more wealth. Than that, look at humanity, how better we are compared to the rest of them, and what we can do better, how we can use the time productively in case we don't get it, the job we was spared to. Okay?
Okay, sir.
I am giving you philosophy, you want a concrete answer. I have no answer. But I think you will get a lot of mental peace and you will feel much more bold to face the world the moment you start looking at a large canvas. Now, your canvas, your world is very small. All MBA students or MBA students in Kerala or MBA students in FISAT, my job, my family, I can do better. Unless the humanity does well, our individual achievements will not last. Sustainable, it won't be sustainable. So you have to do some social work. Are any one of you doing anything to help the community during this time? Any one of you? I'm not getting any answer.
Community means what type of community?
No, your local community, even in helping the patients or healthcare, volunteership, any such things we do? No.
Yes, I am working with NPF, like the NSS, National Service Scheme.
Okay. No, anything is okay. Even helping, local hospitals or even providing some support to the nurses. See, among all those who are today doing great work is our nurses in the hospitals. How difficult is their condition? What salary they get? So if we can help them with small things, getting provisions to their family when they are away, helping them to take the children to school, many things. The moment you open your mind, you will have 1,000 ways to help the community. I'm just saying, you can also do that. Don't get worried. Don't get worried about my job, my future. No. Please think about the world and how better we are related. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now I invite Punanta KJ to ask a query.
Morning, sir.
Yeah.
My concern is it worth doing MBA at this present situation of pandemic through online?
Okay. I have a counter question. Punanda, why did you join for MBA?
Because I like business and management field and I want to be in a managerial position after completing my MBA.
Okay. Now, because of this, that doesn't change, no? You can still be a good manager after finishing MBA. Maybe that the path will not be the one you had planned before COVID. The path will be different. you may have to spend an year or 6 months. I'm not saying worst scenario, without immediate employment. During that time, you should plan how I will further improve my skills. I want to tell all of you, this MBA degree, what you are going to get, is not making you competent. It will never make you competent to be a manager. It will not also give you all the knowledge to be a successful manager. What it does is that it will teach you how to learn yourself in your career. It will teach you how to learn. If you learn in future career, you become a good manager. Just because having an MBA, you will never become a good manager. So what we should do is, after finishing MBA, you can look at, there are a lot of online courses. See, another advantage COVID has brought in, education is undergoing a tremendous change. And so you can access to the world's best universities, materials, programs, and some of them are freely available. You can check, and I would like you to look at such courses, do that also apart from your MBA. But your class should be given more prominence. What you are expected to do during the study, give prime focus, but extra time you can spend to learn something, specific skills which you would like to have on online courses. Okay, so I would urge you to go ahead and complete your MBA with full vigor.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now I request Pooja Joy to please ask your query.
Thank you, Shreya. Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pooja.
Yes, sir. Sir, could you please suggest how we should choose for our specialization? There are students from various backgrounds, from science, commerce, and engineering background.
Okay, very interesting question, and it should be interesting to all those who are attending this program. This is a question many of us ask. Now, let us look at the trend, what I see in management education. I see many brilliant youngsters after +2, they are rushing for commerce, BCom. And you can see that is the most sought after course in all over India at the time of admission. Very high. Stella Maris, where I'm on the board, it is cutoff is 98%. So you can just imagine the kind of rush, 30,000 applications to Loyola Stella. Now I ask many of these students who come and meet me, why are you going for BCom? You have no commerce background. Why you? No, I want to do MBA. So BCom I want to finish so that MBA is easy for me. I said, who told you this? No, that's the way we think. I think many of you may be thinking like that. Let me tell you, I would recommend someone doing, if you are a choice to do degree, you are finished, but you can tell your youngsters, a brother or sister or others, economics is the basis for management. Okay, it is never commerce. Commerce, accounting is one aspect for finance, but basically economics is the course. So if you are looking at doing an MBA, a good degree in economics from one of the good colleges will be far better than commerce coming. Then we come in, and because we have done BCom, many of them will say, I want to do finance. Finance, accounting is different from finance. That you have to understand first, okay? So, and many a time chartered accountants assume that they are financial wizards. Many a time they are financial hazards, okay? So you would have seen in many cases. So finance, so they come for finance. Then somebody says, I want to be an HR specialist. And many girls especially tell me, HR is suited for us, okay? So people say HR is suited for us. And someone feel for the glamour of marketing, okay? And naturally, production systems are not that favored. They are not that glamorous. So this challenge happens. My answer to you is, all aspects of management are equally important. So I run a course, I used to do it in various colleges, very, very sought after one, called Integrated Approach to Management. All of us think we should specialize in marketing or HR or finance. and we give importance to those subjects in our MBA program. The others we just finish to get the credit, and the whole focus is on our specialized area. But in real life, what I want to tell you is that even if you are a marketing executive, many a time your best marketing proposal will be shot down by HR or finance or operations because of the unintended consequences of your choices on their department. So we have to see the impact of our decision on others. So we should have to have a holistic approach to management, and especially for people like you who are doing an MBA after graduation, these 2 years should be a wonderful opportunity to understand each of these subjects. So at the end only you will know something about these subjects. So specialization is not that important for me. Again, of course, that may help for immediate jobs, but my prime objective, your objective for MBA is not job. Your objective is to become a competent individual to manage any situation. You can also ask your seniors, okay? People who have specialized in marketing gets into a marketing job. Within 6 months, he moves to operations. From there, he goes to finance. So unless you are thorough, basics of all the subjects equally, it is not used. I would prefer you to focus on studying all the subjects basics thoroughly. And of course, you choose any specialty. According to me, it doesn't matter. It's all short term. Sometimes financial services, there will be a lot of interest being employment opportunity. Short term will be there. Never look at short term. We look at your life totally. Okay. So what many a time when we get job also, what we do is we really focus on our immediate salary. And let me tell you, organizations which you give you higher salary, the work environment will be the worst relatively. You should look at which job will give me more opportunity to learn more. So initial job placement should always be an opportunity to learn more rather than to earn more. Earning should happen in the second half. Okay. So any specialization is fine. Which you think is good, you take, but have equally strong foundation on all areas of management.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, I invite Neha Jitin to ask her query.
Sir, during this pandemic, could you please suggest different options to do internship? Also, what are the good online options available and how we should explore further?
Could you repeat, Neha, question once again?
Okay, during this pandemic, could you please suggest different options to do good internships? Also, what are the online options available and how we should explore further?
Yeah. So I think management education also, because the just pandemic has come in this year only, you will see management education undergoing a total change. To my mind, this internship after the first year and all that with online will not be a very productive one. What I would suggest to the authorities would be skip the internship for this year and continue the course. And in case we are lucky that some vaccine etc comes in, the internship can be postponed to the middle of next year or something, so that when you can really experience practical. The whole idea of internship is to get practical exposure. Online, I don't think it will work. So education institutions should also revisit their plan for this. Regarding online courses, there are a lot available. But very interestingly for me, I would suggest all of you to take a course by Darden, D-A-R-D-N, Darden University. You can go to Google. Mary Gentil has a course, Giving Voice to Your Values. Giving Voice to Your Values. And you can take that course. It's really amazing. Why I feel that all the knowledge is of extremely dangerous if we don't have values. That is what has happened in major collapses of corporates, whether it is Worldcom or Satyam, is all lacking values by the individuals who run organizations. FISAT brand should not be, you cannot compete with IMs or ISB in terms of your course content or your caliber of students. But where you can make a difference is we create students who have values. And value means what? Being honest, being truthful. So these kind of values, when you develop, it is painful sometimes. So someone will always say, what is the point? I being honest, I don't get things. The fellows who manipulate things succeed in life. So my answer to that is, if everyone who being honest will succeed in life, people will follow that. The challenge is to uphold our values and still struggle, but become successful. It is a difficult road, but then the advantage, when you go to your bed, you will sleep nicely. The other fellows, even if they may be having the most comfortable bed, the best, most luxurious rooms, sleep will not come to them. More than that, we have a social responsibility. So value education is one FISAT can focus. So, and I'll tell you, as a employer who recruit hundreds of candidates, see them at various levels, I value the attitude more than the skill. So there is a mantra which says, hire for attitude, train for skills. So it is not your knowledge, theoretical knowledge, that will matter to an employer. Are you honest? Are you dependable? Have you got some principles? So these are all challenges. So I will recommend this course specifically. Apart from that, lot of courses, you go there, you can see hundreds of them. Some are paid ones, some are plain ones, but still you can pursue. Those who are in strategy can go to INSEAD's Blue Ocean Institute. Even your college may be having. You can learn that strategy once you start. They have their own program. It's all online, very interesting program. Some will you have to pay, some are free. So internet search is going to be the one which will help you to identify. And what I would suggest is that even faculty members can choose such programs, introduce in the syllabus. And I have seen, younger days it was moral education. Now there are no morals, so it is gone. And most of the problems, 99% of this world problem, emanates from people, leaders who have no values, who will not uphold whatever they have committed, who will not be honest, who will be opportunist. So I want you to be different. That difference, if you are able to sustain batch after batch, people, recruiters will be waiting in line in FISAT Business School campus to recruit your products. This is what I would say.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Tony Sebastian to please ask your query.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Tony.
Could you please suggest good certifications that we could take along with MBA to get better occupied in a corporate world? Could you be specific for the areas like finance, HR, marketing, operations, systems? It will be extremely helpful, sir.
Yeah. I would suggest again, apart from that certifications, you study what your faculty tells, because we should not have too much of diversion. Where I would suggest these extra courses would be, one, in terms of language. You can go to British Council websites. They have a lot of programs. I think some of them will be online to improve your spoken English and command over English language, which is very good prerequisite for you to have good employment and good progress in career. Another one would be, if possible, learn one more language. Okay, that also is available, French, because we are getting so many multinational companies coming in. Knowing one extra language is always preferred, because so, if possible, you can again online course, some language courses you can take. And then I would suggest, apart from subject specific courses, courses like what I told you, giving voice to your values and things like that, which are different, should be attempted. Because others, your faculty can tell you, of course, each faculty, because they design their course, what can supplement that, you check with them. That would be better than I suggesting something, because I do not the course content, and focus on what the faculty gives you. That's of prime importance. Instead of not looking at that and going for outside on internet program, then you need not have joined FISAT. That's a whole. So these are my suggestion. Improve your communication, improve your language. And the Institute of English in Hyderabad also, you can check whether they have started online now. These are some of the courses, learn a new language, and general things like improving your value system, confidence, etc. would be fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Nikita Jofi to ask her query.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, since we are spending more time at home, we feel that our overall development in terms of communication skills, interpersonal skills, time management, etc., could get affected. So, could you suggest some ways to overcome this?
Yeah. So I think you are a palm-fed girl, correct? By your parents.
Yes, sir.
I can guess from the.
I'm the only child of my parents.
I have got it right now. So what you have to do is assume you are one of the 12 siblings of your parents. Okay. So and become independent. What I mean by independent is become less dependent on the mother, father. Start doing yours. Who gives you the morning coffee, early morning? Mother, of course, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you from tomorrow tell her, Mom, you sleep? I will prepare bed coffee for all three of us and start serving them. Just
I'll try, sir.
So you start like that, start doing some work, take responsibilities. No, it's a very good thing you asked. I think it's very good, this pandemic, how you can become independent is you start taking charge of home. Tell mother how happy they will be, for all that they have given to you in last so many years. You intend offer her today going and say, from tomorrow I will take the morning coffee. I will take care of this. I'll take. So you will get engaged. So you will start managing time well. Then that itself is time management. So you need not have to go outside for managing the time. It's all self. It's within us. How we manage, how we become productive. Let me tell you, I am at home, but I have become busier after COVID than I was before COVID. I used to travel a lot. Those travels have come down, but now it is mainly in front of internet and telephones. It will be either Zoom or the WebEx or Blue Jeans or Microsoft Team. You move from one another, but you have been really productive. You have meetings of various committees, one after other, governing councils. I'm on the board of certain companies. All that happens over Zoom, but it is very effective. So we have to adjust into that, take some extra course, and relax and enjoy life also. Don't think that you have to really work 24/7 to become great people. And this life, this is the best part of your life. Relax sometime, learn something. I also urge all of you to learn something other than your management subject. How many of you are interested in something in music and public speaking? Now, to answer you specifically, you can take some online courses on public speaking. They are available and you can practice. They will give you a lot of exercises. It's only not physical but digital, but you will really improve your communication ability. You can talk public courses. There are creative courses, acting, drama, everything available. So we search, and not only related to studies. So become a complete smart young girl. Okay, so take care of home, take care of ourselves, studies, everything. Okay, that is the way we should.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So I would like to hear what was your mom's response when you tell this tomorrow.
Yes, sir, sure.
Should not end with one day. That should become the norm. Okay, the new normal, as your headline says.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll try.
Okay, and another thing, to all of you, not specifically on this question. See, COVID is bringing lots of. You are all telling COVID pandemic is very bad. It has lot of positives I have seen. What are the positives? Any guess? Can anybody interact and tell me what are the positives of COVID? I would like to hear from you. Anyone?
So we have got,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah. Tell me.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Myself, Anishma.
Yes, Anishma.
So I was an employee of an organization. Now, after this COVID, I got much time to spend with my family. So that's the one benefit I see from this COVID situation and lockdown.
Very good. And all of us are seeing that. But some of us don't want to be at home. That's the problem. No? So I understand many working couple, when they are together so long, they find it is boring because they have not been together long. So, but it really strengthens family. That's one positive. Very good. Anyone else?
True.
So our environment was getting really polluted by people, and the first news that came into after corona effect thing was that the environment was restoring its power, like trees are growing back, the rivers are getting it was really polluted at times, so it was coming back to normal.
Very good. Excellent. Both answers. Anything else? Let's think now how creative you are, how more you think. Anyone else? Both are excellent answers. I'm happy.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Pardon? Yes, Don. Yeah.
Myself, Sanjay Krishnan. So I think the advantage is that we have tried to find new alternatives to work from home and use the technology and utilize the technology we have.
Yeah.
And I think it will help very well in the future utilizing our technology.
Yeah. Very good. Anyone else? Anybody else? Anything, or can I move forward? Okay, I think.
May carry on.
Pardon? Yeah. Please.
So you may carry on, sir.
Okay. So thank you. See, one thing we have not said, and I want all of you to focus, is on hygiene. The new lifestyles, what we have been pursuing pre-COVID, is all, Western influence. See, Keralites were known for hygiene. In my younger days, we all used to take bath twice a day, wash our face, wash our hands. It was all a part of our system, irrespective of the wealth of the individual. Even the worker in the plantations or everyone used to have this uniform. That is, bathe twice, change their clothes, wash their feet once they go out and come back. That hygiene has disappeared. Today, what we do, we may be sweating in our armpits, but instead of washing that, we have different kind of sprays. No? So you give spray on your face, say, I feel great. No. Most important thing is you have to become clean. Hygiene is important. And I have to tell you, in this hygiene aspect, two stories, really happened. It was in a flight about 25 years, 30 years back from Delhi. I had a gentleman sitting next to me. He was from Germany. So he was with me. And then I introduced myself. He immediately said, "Are you from Kerala?" I said, "Yes, I am from Kerala." Then I asked him about his name, and then I said, "Why are you here?" He said, "I have come to study the quality of living index of Keralites." I asked him, "What is that quality of living index?" He said, "The difference in the hygiene levels of the poorest of the poor and the rich." So that is what is he meant. The difference is what is he looks at as the index. And then I said, oh, what is there to study? So his first question, he asked me, what oil you are using to cook food? So I said, we use now sunflower oil or something. Why not coconut oil? Your forefathers used to do it. I said, we here, coconut has a lot of cholesterol. Then he asked me, have you seen your grandfather? I said, yes. What age he passed away? I said, 98. Grandmother? I said, 99. Your parents are alive? Yes. They all have used coconut oil, and why they took so long? Why you are worried? I said, this is what doctors say. Then he asked me, have you heard of Kantari? I didn't understand what it is. What he meant was our Kantari. So I said, yeah, chili, green chili. He said that green chili is the best antidote for cholesterol. That is why our forefathers used to mix when they make chutney along with coconut oil. Kandari is another ingredient along with onion. So that chutney, which we used to have for tapioca or fish or something, he says, that is the best anti-cholesterol. You people don't study. Then he asked me, what do you think is the quality of living index of Keralites? I said, it may be average. He said, it is one of the highest in the world. Not now, I'm talking about that time. Because what he says is, even a daily laborer, he says they bathe twice a day and they are both wear clothes which are white to the extent possible. And according to him, we use pear soap and coconut oil. He says, irrespective of your income, for the best quality soap and kutikura powder, he says, these are all the things you used to do. And amazing. He said, our dress style, no, we had one dhoti and then another short one on the shoulder. He says that's the best one. It can be used as a headgear. It can wipe your armpit when you sweat. And he says whenever you want to jump into a river or a pond to have a bath, it is perfect. So we had such qualities, and therefore diseases were much less. You look at today, I'm really saddened by the extent of COVID. It is all because of the waste we are accumulating there. We have no concern, our Periyar getting polluted. As someone said, it is reducing, but you are nearby that one. How we have been heartless in spoiling the environment, no concern for others, all short term. So I hope we will think more about hygiene. Hygiene is one area I'd like you to improve. Before you put Cutex, please cut your fingernails. You may think what I am saying. I have seen very high quality, sophisticated management graduate students. You look at their nails, we will see how it is. So become extremely clean, your house, your mind, your body. Hygiene is another aspect. Pollution has come down. We spend more time at home. So everything has got a positive also. So let us keep the positives we get from COVID even after post-COVID and continue our journey. Okay, thank you. Next.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now I request Neha Surendran to please ask your query.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Neha.
Sir, I want to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
What is the specialization I should choose? Along with the regular MBA course, do I need to explore any other programs to develop my entrepreneurial skill?
Okay. Now, I would like to know a little more deeper. What kind of an entrepreneur you want to be? In which area? Have you given thought? What business you would like to get in?
I want to build a brand name, sir, like Puma, Adidas, just like that.
Okay. Yeah. It's a dream. It's a difficult dream. Now, this Puma has brand builders have a chance to interact. They have never ever thought they will build this brand. It has happened. It's a result of our effort rather than a goal. It's very tough. So if you, from the way you are talking about, you are very much interested in, no, what item you want to, I want to ask you, what kind of product you have in mind? Have you thought about it, products or services?
Actually, me and my brother planning to start a business after our studies.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any thoughts initially? What type of?
we have a plan to start clothing, automobiles, and a farm also.
Okay. So, if you see, the requirements of each one is different. That's what I want to tell. Because farming, what it needs is, very committed, focused attention on farming, learning about the art of farming, finding out the quality of the soil, learning about the new crops and how you can manage. Because traditional crops, and you can find that, Kerala itself, there are very successful enterprises in that area. But that doesn't need much of a specialized program other than knowing more about farming per se. On the other hand, clothing is on the other extreme. It's a very, very, very tricky business. Okay. And it depends on the consumer preference, fast changing consumer preference. And today something will be in fashion, tomorrow it is not. Very interestingly, clothing industry is one which has had undergoing maximum suffering during COVID. Because now how many actually of us, how many dresses we use in a week? How many dresses?
Seven.
We don't need costly ones, of course. We need ones at home, is it not? We don't need
No,
costly ones. Long
no, sir.
yeah, other khadi, etc., more in number, less of high quality, frequent changed, comfortable. So comfort and low cost is going to. So you imagine what is going to happen to all these high-end stores all over the world. Nobody is interested in that clothes because they cannot wear it and show it outside. Okay, so someone was telling me last week, I have all my these nice, beautiful dresses. Where will I show it now? So, clothing is something. If you had started clothing 1 year back, you will be in deep trouble. So that one is changing. So you have to have. It needs lot of customer psychology of consumers, the trends, and then also the business model is the most important there. What kind of business model? If you are going for a business model where you are asset light, so that the stocks you don't pay, when you sell you pay kind of a model, is the one I will advise you to do. So in that area, you can look at. Are you specializing in marketing now, or you are ready to choose?
So I like to do a specialization in marketing.
Yeah. So marketing is the one I would suggest. One of the specializations for your ambition as of now. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
there are courses, entrepreneurial courses. They may become online. Some of them today are not. So as and when it will come online, check this Small Industry Service Institute, SI. They run programs for aspiring entrepreneurs, 3 months program, which after BA maybe you can attend.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now let me invite Wasim Muhatasmim to ask his query.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, what are the skill sets a company looks for in a student who is specialized in finance?
Okay. I think my immediate answer is your basic knowledge of finance will be tested. And as a finance professional needs certain qualities which is open to that of a marketing guy. Okay, in the sense, finance people will not be highly extroverts. They will not show off their performance. They will not divulge the secrets of their departments. Marketing will go around and tell, I have done this is that's the way they have to shape. Finance has to be little more controlled. They will have to be quiet. They have to be experts. They will be thinking much more, and they will have a flair for figures, analyzing figures, etc. These are the basic qualities everyone look for. But apart from that, the most important thing what I told you is in earlier is that the values you have. Are you basically an honest person? Are you a person whom people can trust? Are you dependable? And when something goes wrong, will you immediately tell or will you hide? These are all challenges. Some successful finance fellows of fallen companies, highly successful, they made short-term money by colluding with the management to conceal the numbers. It was only for short term. It all came out late. A much greater risk. I would like you to read the case study WorldCom. It is Harvard Business School. You can ask your institute to download. You can go through that. How a finance professional was caught in between this fraud at WorldCom. Okay, so your value systems are more important than your knowledge. Knowledge we can acquire.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Now I request Rosemary George to please ask your query.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
So could you please explain the placement opportunities for MBA graduates across the different sectors? And also, which are the industries with better placement prospects and how should we prepare for them?
Okay. My first answer, please don't prepare for placements immediately. Okay. Your primary job should be to learn management. That is the objective of education. Placement is a result of that. Unfortunately, the industry, the management schools are all parties to the sin they commit, no? Telling we will ensure placement for you 100%, and they advertise 100% placement. I would like to share with you some of the insights. You would have seen many IIM Ahmedabad, one fellow was placed at 1.5 crore annual salary, or IIT Bombay 1 crore something. Have you seen this kind of newses in paper?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So what is your feeling then? I am a worthless person. How this guy is able to make money? Why I even get 20,000 rupees? No? See, it is all big game. Big game in the sense, this 1,21 crore guy, when there was a study later, we found that these kind of people will hardly be there for 6 months. A company who pays 1 crore and odd crore will never allow somebody to sit idle. No? They have to perform. They have done a lot of promise and it is impossible to fulfill. So they leave after 6 months. Nobody hear about that leaving that company after a short period. But they all hear this news of IIM Ahmedabad guy gets 1.5. Now, why do they do this? Because institute get immediate recognition in the public, and this company's name goes to all of free publicity for one crore or something, or half of it. That is the game. So don't trust all this. Most of these fellows hardly stay there for a few months and leave. So placements and all that, just don't bother. You study well. If you are a good material, it may take time, but you will get a good job. Okay. So don't worry about placements. And again, I will tell you, imagine you are last year I am having this interaction with you. I come out to FISAT and you are in your present position 1 year earlier. And I say, okay, business, hospitality business is very good. So you would have been taken an intern in Taj hotel, and then they give you employment. When you finish the MBA 6 months back, you have joined as a junior executive in Taj Hotel. What would be your position today? Can you imagine?
Yes, sir. I would be very thrilled.
No, you will be at home. They have sent They have sent all trainees back home because hotels are the ones who are hit maximum. Taj is one which is faced because they are a big group, just holding on. So all those new recruits have been asked to leave. Will you be happy or unhappy?
Healthy and happy, sir.
So you are much luckier today. Don't think of
Yes, sir.
placements. We will see you be a good management graduate, bold, smart, competent, with a good value system. We may get a job in A place or B place. Wherever we get a job, we should make a mark. Work sincerely, and then sometimes we get jobs in areas we don't like, in industries which we hate. Still do a good job and wait for an opportunity to move to our place of liking at the earliest. Keep your eyes and open clear. When the market improves, we can move laterally from one industry to other. So, and first employment and all that is not that critical. Okay, don't worry. Study well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now let me invite Riswana Sagir to present her query.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
My query is technical issues, pandemic trauma, lack of motivation. These are some of the issues we face today's online classes.
Okay.
What are your views on tackling these?
The whole last 1 hour, 1 hour and 6 minutes, I have spent to remove all this from your mind. You have to tell me, did I succeed or not?
Yes, sir.
So don't worry about this. Online classes again is another one you have to learn. No, self-discipline. In classrooms, teacher will be looking at you and you are compelled to focus. Here you have to learn the art of focusing on a session when you are away at home. But take it very seriously. Online classes starts, lock the door, don't keep anything other than your computer in which you are watching the class or iPad or whatever. But don't look at mails or, and even I would suggest, I do not know, in your online classes, do you use the chat?
Yes, sir. We use the chat box.
Okay, chat box use you should. It is a distraction to tell you unless you learn that art. It took almost 2 years for me to familiarize because we will always be tempted to look at some comment the other person has made. So focus on this. Unless you have a query to your teacher or something, avoid chat, looking at chat at the time of class. Focus, learn, focus, and when nobody is really watching you, how you should listen, because it is for your benefit. If you miss something, you are the loser, not the teacher, not the institute. So learn that self-discipline. And again, online also has a lot of plus points. Let me tell you, online after you hear recorded version, you can hear if you want again. Take notes, think about the class, and then if you have small breakout rooms, if college has created small groups, you discuss. I would suggest to FISAT also, to the authorities, make breakout rooms for students to discuss groups, and in Zoom and all that, it is very nice. Now within seconds you are in your breakout room, you discuss with your friends, so your communication issues, everything, other than you being physical, you can achieve everything. And each day before the class starts, if your breakout group members can meet 5 minutes, the learning from the previous day. We should not gossip what is happening to XYZ. Rather, focus on the previous class learning. You will be refreshed. It's a very effective way of structuring. Okay, don't worry about pandemic. Don't worry about GDP. You should be motivated. You are all much more luckier than many others. Okay, please understand that we are much blessed and luckier than many of the population in the world. You are all with family. You are not to worry about. You are all overprotected, I would say. Okay, so we have to thank and use it to the best of our. Don't feel
Okay, sir. Thank
worried
you.
at all. Worried at all. Good days will come. These are all opportunities for us to learn various things. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Now I request Shripriya S to please put forward your query.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sripriya.
My question is, what are the tips you suggest to stay motivated during this hard time?
It's exactly what I told the previous student. To stay motivated is to think, not the moment you start thinking about yourself alone, you will feel depressed. The moment you start thinking about your other members of the family and the family, that depression will come down a bit. The moment you think about your community, depression comes down much higher. The moment you think about the country, you will see how lucky we are, how lucky we are. So you will feel much better, and you say, in this condition, I should do something, contribute something. Our life should have some meaning at the end of the day. So what can I do? And when you look at the world on the whole, you feel super happy and motivated that you have all the positives available to you, your age, your situation, to help the humanity and to become a better human being. Jobs all will come, don't worry, because as long as this world exists, they need human beings to work, and you will get employment or you will start something. If you are a competent person, you can find job for others. You need not go for it. Okay, as someone said, who want to be an entrepreneur. So don't get worried at all. Feel motivated. There are problems, but we know the problem is not only for you, the whole world. Earlier we can say poor countries. This is a great leveler. Whether you are in US, Europe, where the hygiene levels were the highest level, to the poorest of the poor. Everywhere, COVID has no discrimination. Color, caste, country, religion, nothing. It is universal. So in that, relatively you are much better. Stay fully motivated. Don't get distracted. Stay focused in the class. Think always how I can become a more competent person at the end of this.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, anything more you want to know specifically to get motivated?
No, sir. It's all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Cyril Jose to present his query.
Hi, Sam.
Yeah, yes.
My question is, should we explore into machine learning or artificial intelligence does it give any advantage for our placements or our future jobs?
Okay. So don't look at such things for the advantage for placement. Don't look at it that way. Which area you want to pursue after MBA? Which are your preferred areas?
These systems are operations.
Okay. So machine learning is good if you are really getting into operate manufacturing areas. It's not a new subject. It's quite long. AI is different, artificial intelligence, but everyone is talking about AI. It is a fad now. But I would not suggest you to get into AI right now. But if you are so much interested, AI comes into play when digital transformation happens in companies in a large way. Okay, so our India digital transformation has not taken place considerably now. It may be in future, but if you are very much interested in digital transformation, and then AI is a good one. AI online courses are available. The Great Lakes Institute is running one such course on AI, artificial intelligence, but that will have use only when the company start doing digital transformation. But having knowledge in any area is good. I leave it to you, but first focus on the subjects you study now, and then extra time you can look at this. That also I would give secondary importance. More should be on values and the general, your English language, etc. And then get into this kind of super specialization. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Emmy Mariam Jiku to please ask your query.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Now, sir, now we can do a lot of certifications through platform like MOOC,
Yeah.
Coursera, etc. Could you please tell us how companies view these certification, and will they give any weightage for our certifications?
Okay. My answer would be companies will not look at what certification you have got, because certificates will come in online rather easily once you pay. But how it has changed, you will decide. If your certification course has made you a better communicator, if the certification course has made you more confident, if the certification course has made you more competent in some specialized area, special skills, of course you will get value. Okay, so there are some people who are going on adding certificates through online courses. I don't think that will be of. What is your area where you want to improve? Select that area, prioritize them. For example, you are not very good in communication. I will say that is very important. So give first priority that. But otherwise you are very good in communication. Your communication is excellent. You are able to communicate well. Then you should look at giving voice to values kind of a thing. So which are something you can differentiate yourself from the rest. Okay, it is. See, as a candidate for us also, just like the product, the marketing guys will say, we differentiate. So how will you differentiate from the rest of the candidates? You should differentiate in terms of your competence and your attitude. So whichever helps you to do that, you should do. Please don't do so many courses online and say, I have done this. It will not be of much value.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, lastly, I invite Anishma M to present her query.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Anishma.
Yes, sir. So, being a management student, how can I improve my quantitative and logical reasoning skills?
Okay. Which subject you studied? Did you study English literature, or what did you study for your degree?
Sir, I'm a BTech graduate.
BTech, and then you are asking me how to
Yes.
quantitative. Okay. So I think just check Indian Statistical Institute, Calcutta. They have a program. Whether it is available online, you can just go for that. That will really help you to improve your quantitative skill, analyzing numbers, etc., applying various statistical tools for analysis. It's a very nice course. Okay, you can look at that.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a vibrant session.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for actively participating in this interaction. Now, I call upon Professor Praveen V, Assistant Professor FBS, and also the Placement Coordinator to deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes, thank you, Shreya. Yes, good afternoon, all. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. B.A. George, Professor and Director Head, Dr. A.J. Joshua, sir, my dear colleagues, dear students. On behalf of FISAT Business School and entire fraternity, I take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this corporate interaction series on disclosure on striking a balance in new normal. At the outset, I thank our chief guest and resource person, Mr. B.A. George, for interacting with our students and cleared their doubts with his real life experiences and guiding our students to the right path. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to thank our Professor Dr. A.J. Joshua, sir, for his enthusiastic support. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Then a special thanks to the organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. Then our heartfelt thanks to our students for active participation. And so as our chief guest, Mr. B. George sir said, by adding values to our life, excel, keeping your words on our heart, we move to the end of today's corporate interaction series. Thank you.
Thank you all. I suggested this structure, so I thought there will not be any disturbance. I'm happy. All you have interacted well. I could listen to you well, and I hope you also heard me well. Except that we were physically present, everything else was perfect, and that's why this was suggested. And Anya, thanks for accepting this. Now, my dream is that I should be able to meet all of you with whom I have interacted. Okay, and excellent participation. Wonderful day. All the best. I'm sure in future you will all be happy and motivated, do well. Maybe 2 years later, when you look back, you should remember this day, what kind of anxieties and tension we had and how positive life has become. Let's hope for the best and thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Wish you a
Thank you,
nice day.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. With this, we conclude today's corporate interaction event. Once again, thanks to all the participants who have put forward their effort to make this possible. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you.